In this episode of Five Things, I start off with these garden hose fittings, and they're quick disconnect. And you've seen them at hardware stores. They just allow you to attach your hose real quick. And that's a good idea, especially in an RV sometimes, because it's kind of hard to get to the hoses. And since this is RVproject.com, you know, we always try to do a little better job. So I 3D printed a bunch of these caps. They'll just provide a nice little cover. And here's an example of how I'm using quick disconnects, and that's on the city water inlet on the RV. It's kind of hard to get in here and put the hose on, and now it's just so much easier. However, that means these things are open to the weather when you're not hooking a hose to it, and that's the primary reason why I 3D printed these. So let's say we'll use blue for this one. And let's use black for this one. That way we won't get them mixed up and then we don't put the wrong hose back on the wrong cap. And they actually hold in pretty good. Or we can try white as well. We're going to look at a product upgrade. And this is the Mopeka Tank Halo. This is the third time that I've had to visit this project. And these are tank supports that raise the tank up just enough so that the Mopeka tank check monitors can fit under them. And they first come out with these little rubber ones that you got with the tank monitors, and I don't have one to show you because they fell off. And then they come up with this replacement, which was the metal version, which really didn't work any better. And now they have these tank rings. They should work better. And here's a ring installed under the tank. And hopefully we won't have to do anything else with this tank monitoring system. We're always looking for things to make our life a little bit easier in the RV. So the next thing we're going to do is go in the kitchen where we have these little silicone covers. And the way they work is you just select the appropriate size. And if you have something that needs to go in the fridge, you can just take these and they just stretch across like so. They do actually hold pretty well. And we're going to stay in the kitchen for the next item. And these are bottle and jar openers. And you know, these aren't necessarily RV only, but we just find that they work real well in the RV. And you can use this to open a bunch of different size jars. We have another one with a bottle opener, plus this actually helps with pop tops. A real pop top, you may have to go back to Margaritaville, but for the most part I think you understand what I'm saying. And for the last item, we're going to move from the kitchen to the barbecue pit, and I ran across these at a backpacking show, and this is called Pyro Putty. This particular one is charcoal lighter, and you can also get the blue ones, which are for cold weather, and the orange ones, which are for warm weather. And the only real difference is the formulation. Now honestly, I couldn't really find what the main difference was between the charcoal and the other ones, other than this is non-toxic, but they're all supposed to be non-toxic, so maybe this one just does not impart any flavor, I don't know. When you open them up, they're just little fibrous, and you just pull out a little piece, and you can see the fibers in it maybe. You got to have fibers exposed, but then you just attach this to a piece of charcoal and then light it. This is what really sold me on the system. And they call it a plasma lighter. This is USB chargeable. It has its own battery. And so you could actually charge this with a solar panel, but it doesn't come with one. And there's a little USB port right here. You can see quite clearly the little cross that it makes. This is really cool, and it's waterproof. So, you know, we just keep this in a camper, and that way we'll always have a source of fire. So we have our Pyro Putty charcoal lighter, and we're just going to put some on here. Kind of just sticks to itself. And we want some of the fibers showing. And then we just want to light it with this. Put a little more on there. it doesn't really stick to the charcoal. There we go. And I think you get the idea. So we know it'll start charcoal with a charcoal lighter, but let's just try just a piece of paper. Something a little more common. So yeah, that works pretty good too.